she took to explain everything and to examine her gently. The patient told her that the last time she had been in, she felt like it was a torpedo down there. But I know her days are filled with deep heartache as well. While working obstetrics, she cares for women on their best and hardest days. And I know she carries their burdens, and that weight doesn't stay behind at the hospital. Alex, your wife, has the biggest heart. It's like a garden full of flowers, and I know you're going to help her tend it. Kaitlyn, you have kindness at your center, and you have taught me how to love my patients well. Thank you for the warmth that you give generously to the people around you.
Growing up as Kaitlyn's younger sister wasn't always easy. Both her and Alyssa set the standard very high. I remember in Mrs. Clark's grade 9 English class that Kate's work was always used as the example for basically every assignment given. In some ways, it could be intimidating to have such intelligent and successful sisters, but really I felt blessed and proud to be your baby sister. It gave me some sort of street cred within the English classroom, like, that's my sister's haiku. Even when I tried to hide it by dissing some of your lame jokes, I've always looked up to you. There are so many times when I learned valuable lessons from you in the way that you love others. These characteristics are so evident as you care for the most disadvantaged across the globe. When living in Honduras, I always complained about how it took so long to just walk to the nearest pulperia or corner store. I, of course, was on a mission to buy whatever we needed, but Kaitlyn, on the other hand, saw it more of a social outing. She would just stop and chat with whoever we encountered on the way, asking them how they were doing, talking about the weather, and just generally showing them that she cared for them and had time to really see them. It was because of this that for many years, it didn't matter who it was, but if someone resembled Kaitlyn to anyone from El Cacao, upon seeing them, they would just shout out Angelica in hopes that it would be her and she'd stop for a visit. I'm only now beginning to understand the value and depth of love that can be shown in a short conversation or quick hola, ¿cómo estás? Thank you for teaching me this. Your ability to love others that in many ways have nothing in common with you or have done nothing to deserve your affection has given me a living picture of Jesus' love towards humanity. You do this so effortlessly and naturally in your daily living because of how you consistently find a place for prayer. Speaking of prayer, Kaitlyn and I were co-leading a campus prayer ministry. Alex was there sometimes, but we really hadn't paid much attention to him. Until one day after prayer, I was in Murray Library when a panicked Kaitlyn called me. Alex Jane followed me after prayer, and out of the blue, he asked me to go out for coffee. We really weren't expecting it, but lo and behold, someone wasn't closing their eyes while they prayed that day.
So of course, when Kaitlyn told us she'd agreed to go out with some guy named Alex Chang, I had to do some detective work. I got on Facebook to find out what I could, and there wasn't much to see except a photo of him with long hair surrounded by birds. During this time, I was with YWAM in Alberta, and my entire class referred to as Birdman.
Wow.
And just a week ago, I was speaking to a friend from there, and he asked me about Birdman, and I said his real name is Alex, and he's marrying my sister. I'll be honest, Kaitlyn had some reservations about you, Alex, two of which were your haircut and wardrobe. What was my older sister advice? I asked Kaitlyn, what's on the inside? How is his character? How does he treat others well? Does he love Jesus? Because that's what matters. Because once you've been together for a while, you can encourage a haircut and buy him new clothes. All that stuff on the outside can change anyway.
Kaitlyn having a boyfriend may have come as a shocker to us all, but we weren't afraid to take advantage of all its benefits. You know, Alex, I probably should confess, all those times that it was blizzarding or raining, and you were either just arriving or leaving, and I came to the door with a full bag of garbage, ready as if I was actually intending to take it out in that storm. It was nice that you offered to help by taking out the trash for us, but really, we always knew that you would. In fact, when we knew you were coming or going, we'd just get the garbage ready for you.
Sorry for all the roasting, Alex.
Yeah.
Now it's time to spill the beans on Kaitlyn. Everyone knows Kaitlyn is an extremely hard worker, but really behind the scenes, myself and Charisse have always been there, cooking, cleaning, doing the laundry, packing the lunches. I think our names both deserve an honorary mention on that medical degree. Often when it's time to clean up, Kaitlyn conveniently has to go to the bathroom and stays there for a while until the job is nearly done. Hope you enjoy washing the dishes alone, Alex.
Throughout your relationship, Alex has been good at planning dates. I think it was your first anniversary where you went painting pottery, or Valentine's Day. Kaitlyn thought it would be super cute to paint a piece of pottery that you'd give one to another. Kaitlyn painted Alex a beautiful owl mug. Alex painted a tray in a comic strip style depicting 3 of their previous dates. One was dumplings with happy faces on them. Another was Kaitlyn and Alex in stick figures dancing. And some lobsters, I think. Maybe they went fishing. I think Kaitlyn was hoping to use the tray to serve guests, but you can currently find it in the back of the cupboard.
In our new house, Alex displayed it.
Oh, I
See how long it lasts.
was gonna remind you to make sure that you didn't forget it when you moved out. But truthfully, that tray is just one small reflection of all your thoughtfulness and care towards Kaitlyn.
So Kaitlyn and Alex, your wedding has been worship to the Lord. No one is leaving your wedding not knowing the gospel, and has been a joyous reminder of our hope in Jesus Christ. Bob Goff said, "We weren't just an idea God hoped would work out someday. We were one of his most creative expressions of love ever." Kaitlyn and Alex, you both value people like this, knowing they were intentionally created by a God that is crazy about them. Thank you for loving and serving all of us today, for getting creative in how to include so many friends and family, even in the middle of a pandemic. And Kaitlyn, having you as a roommate the past 3 years has been a great joy. I would happily continue making late night cookies and packing your lunch for years to come. But I have so much joy knowing that it's this great man, Alex, who will be doing that on the regular now. Kaitlyn, you are a deep well of kindness and care, but you're also a belly laugh, you're a good dance session, and you bring peace that feels like Jesus. We're incredibly grateful to have you as a sister.
In closing, we'd like to share an Irish blessing for Kate and Alex. As you travel life together, may God guide you on your way and bring you newfound joy in each other day by day. May your home be graced with peace. May your sharing know no bounds. May your friendship know full measure in this lifetime love you found. And as your closeness deepens, may each moment be the start of life lived hand in hand and love lived heart to heart.
Let's raise our glasses and toot our horns to the beautiful, kind, and compassionate bride, Kaitlyn. We love you. To Kaitlyn. I would like to invite up the best woman, Rebecca Chang, and the best man, Alex's cousin, Justin Chang, to give a toast to the groom.
That was so nice, my early sisters. As we were walking up, Justin said, "Oh no, now we have to add nice things about Alex."
said enough nice things.
But we won't. Dear friends and family, old and new, when Alex asked me to give a 5-minute toast to the groom at this wedding, I thought to myself, this is going to be really difficult. I don't think we've ever said nice things to each other for 5 minutes straight before. When we talk about love languages, our family's way to express love is to lovingly criticize and mock, with the understanding that it makes us more humble, more introspective, and helps us improve ourselves overall. When we were young and we'd walk in, come home with a test score of 95%, the first comment from mom and dad was always, where did the other 5% go? It was understood that they were proud of us, but we were held to a standard of perfection. To that end, Alex and I are both fairly uncomfortable with being praised, especially in front of other people, and we don't give undeserved praise. So here are some accurate facts about Alex. Alex thinks he's 6 feet tall, but he's actually shy of that by about ½ an inch. Alex has never had a good haircut. Alex can be incredibly stubborn. Alex assumes the best in people. Alex is an optimist. Alex is not wasteful. Alex is not pretentious, but he actively identifies those who are. Alex generally has good intentions. One time when we were little, I asked Alex why we couldn't be more like the Boxcar Children, a fictional set of siblings from a book series who all love each other and solve mysteries together. And to that, he said, that's just a book, Beck. Sometimes I have to hit you. Alex is a truth teller. Thanks. I remember the first time Alex was nice to me. I was 18 years old. To be fair, you might have been nice to me before that, but it was just really covered up, but hard to remember. Anyway, it was before my first year at university, and he woke up at 5 a.m. 3 mornings in a row in August to drive me to McMaster's soccer team tryouts in Hamilton. For those of you not from Ontario, Hamilton's about an hour's drive away from Toronto, and it seems longer at 6 a.m. in the morning. I told Alex not to bother because I was an outside shot at best. He said, well, I don't want me not driving you to be the reason you don't make the team. And it wasn't, but I didn't make the team anyway. But note, he didn't try to reassure me and saying, I'm sure you'll be great, and you'll make the team for sure. Alex won't lie to spare someone's feelings, but he'll be there to support you, regardless of the outcome. Justin loves Alex, so he can talk for a bit.
So originally, Alex told me I wouldn't have to make the best man speech since Rebecca would be doing it instead. I thought, great. All the prestige and none of the responsibility, just like I like it. Unfortunately, 5 minutes of saying nice things about Alex is tough. So here I am, trying to fill in some of the time. I'll be honest, I had my doubts that Alex would ever get married. But here we are, and am I ever glad I was wrong. He has made great changes since meeting Kaitlyn. For example, now he gets haircuts. I just want to note what an amazing feat this is. Despite numerous attempts over the decades from the family, it took meeting Kaitlyn for this to finally happen. His hair used to be at like the length of his shoulders. Longer.
I like Becca's one.
It was like this.
Yeah, like Becca's hair length. In all seriousness, no, I couldn't imagine two people more suited for each other in the world. The fact that you both couldn't wait to get married, despite the pandemic and all the other issues like the weather, shows me that the love you have for each other. Alex is probably criticizing this hyperbole in his head right now, but you get the point. I wish you both a world of love and eternal happiness. Much of our extended family couldn't be here today, and I'm sad to be missing this event. I'm happy that Tim, Sam, and I were able to be here on late notice, but for the cousins who couldn't make it, some opted to send some messages along. Christina would like to remind you that it's important to celebrate anniversaries, and that a good way to never forget the day is to have your wedding on an important family member's birthday. Check. Michelle, in true Michelle fashion, declined to share a message, but decided to have me describe a GIF from the internet. The looping video shows Michael Scott, a character Alex is quite fond of from The Office, and his secretary, Erin. They're celebrating, and Michael is shaking a bottle of champagne, and Erin is waving her arms, going nuts. This scene, actually, it kind of looks like this. This scene takes place after Michael gets the girl, and I assume that Michelle is equally thrilled that you got the girl, and this is the best way she knows how to convey that. Jeffrey, in his own words,
was a young and impressionable boy when he first met Alexander Chang. Remember when he was in that cowboy phase and he showed me how to lasso people? He lassoed Uncle Philip. He probably lassoed Kaitlyn into love too.
Nice.
for reference, our cousin Jeffrey has a Trinidadian accent, so quite noticeable.
Which was excellently done.
Jake and Kate say that we wish we were there, but our hearts are joyful to know that you've joined together in marriage. May God richly bless your lives together. Bless your lives together. So that was sweet, but it wasn't all roses though. Two unnamed cousins said,
Alexander made me cry. Kaitlyn can do better. I just hope he doesn't make Kaitlyn cry too. Do you remember that time he locked all of us in the freezer? But 5 out of 7 cousins is not that bad. Despite it all, Alex is a really great brother / best friend. And I'm really glad to be his really great sister / best friend. Alex and I are more alike than I care to admit. We both think to ourselves under our breath, and we can communicate through seemingly non-sequitur comments that stem from a similar stream of thought. We fought a ton growing up, but I think it's because we were so similar that whenever we differed, it was a source of great conflict. One recent thing that we have in common is that we both love Kaitlyn. I'm thrilled that Kaitlyn is joining our family. That wasn't a joke, guys. She makes Alex gentler, kinder, and more patient. Yeah, for Alex just said, that's true. I'm so excited to see them pursue God together, encouraging each other the whole way. I know he's going to do great things through the two of them. Now, Kaitlyn, don't forget that part of your job is to keep Alex in line. Probably most of your job is to keep Alex in line.